Hey guys, and welcome to another RevFest behind the scenes video. I wanted to spend some time just acknowledging all the hard work of our students and staff in setting up and running RevFest for 2018. A lot of the setup is very similar to 2017, but I just still wanted to take you on the scenes. A couple of behind the scenes, a couple of things have changed this year, and I'll take you through some of those changes. So, of course, let's come on a bit of a tour. We've got our camera operator position side of stage, and that has been a slightly different role this year, as we've got that camera to go handheld and come onto stage to get some different shots and not just be fixed off on that particular angle. And of course, we've got another student behind there running cables as we go, so that that camera operator can get right up to the drum kit if necessary. The stage setup is pretty similar. The only difference for us is our backline in terms of amplifiers. We've got two of the Line 6 Spider amps, and especially the larger one, it's better because it's got that XLR output, so we can just grab that for the sound. Drum kit, very similar, bass over that side. We have had a few students using samples and using kind of launchpad-like controllers, so we've had that as an addition to the stage. But of course, in terms of cameras on the stage, we again have two GoPros, and we have one fixed off behind the drum kit to get some nice wide shots, and over this side we also have one locked off on the keyboard to get some great shots on that side. So in terms of the stage, it's all very similar, but one of the big changes that we've done for RevFest 2018 is the additional of a pure digital workflow in terms of from the stage box all the way through to the mixing and to our Pro Tools rig. So come backstage and I'll just show you the stage box. It's hidden back here. So we have recently just upgraded to the Yamaha. We've got the Rio box here. So all digital, running over network with the Dante protocol all the way back to our ops position. And then from that point, we can now split off that Dante signal, some to go to our mixing desk and the other one to go to our recording setup with Pro Tools. So a really nice system, and although we thought it would be really complicated to set up, it was actually pretty easy. And it's just meant a whole heap of routing possibilities for us in terms of putting something onto the Dante network and then to output it back to different destinations. On the stage, in terms of lighting, we again have our intimidators from Chevet Lighting. So we've got those two movers there, as well as our standard LED, RGBW LED lights and our traditional tungsten fixtures. So all of that's fairly similar. So let's go for a bit more of a tour up to ops. Backstage, we've got Hamish running things all the time there, and sending mics out, and that's been really smooth this year, a lot of our transitions. It's always something that can kind of delay the performance if we don't have everything out. So our backstage crew have done a fantastic job. So come over this way. Again, we have the jib in operation. Not many things have changed there, but we do have a Blackmagic monitor, 4K monitor there, which just makes things a lot easier for the jib operator. And some of the most engaging and really creative shots have come from the jib, as that has been really nice to get some movement into a lot of the camera angles and not just have a static thing. So that's been fantastic, having that jib there again, and in the future we'd like to try and see if we can get a couple more jibs just to get that movement close to the stage. So come up to the back. Again, up the back we have our two fixed camera positions here. So we have one camera here, and again we're using Canon XA25s or 35s for most of our cameras, apart from the GoPros, and there's one additional one I'll show you in a sec. So here we are running a new Blackmagic ATEM switcher. So we've got the 2ME, which just gives us a crazy number of HD SDI inputs. We're still running at 720p, and that's a limitation of our cameras, and until we upgrade cameras that's not going to change. We've got this gorgeous giant touchscreen Dell, which Mitchell operates, but he can also do it from his phone, and that's really fantastic. So he can, if he has to stand up and see what an angle's doing, he can switch to that. Div over here has got a particular role, and that particular role is using a new camera that we've got, which is called a PTZ Optics, and it's a camera that is a PTZ, which means pan, tilt, zoom, and he controls that there from the iPad. So if Div presses a different camera shot, the camera is automatically going to lock off to that position, and he can press another one and it's going to zoom into different positions. So that's given us a little bit more flexibility for static shots and stuff to go to if we don't have any other shot that's really good. We've got this computer here running the Blackmagic capture, again capturing it in 720. And in reality, we've actually had to run two Blackmagic Adams to actually get that happening, but let's not go into that now. but that was just because of the USB capture capabilities of the old Atem television studio that we've used compared with the new one. It just doesn't have that functionality. Down on the ground again, we are running our Unity system, which is to mix Jan's EasyComm with our wireless comms. So a lot of our people that are moving around a fair bit have wireless comms, but we also have the tally light system, and that's been really good. So when cameras go live, so if Div's camera goes live, you can see that his Unity screen on the iPad there goes green, and when he's actually live, it will go red. So that really gives us a really good system there of making sure that the camera operator knows when they're live and when they're on preview. Patrick here is working in our amazing Pro Tools rig that we've got here, recording all, I think it's like 32 channels that we've got. So he's just starting the edit for Friday right now. And so Patrick will spend a good amount of time, probably in the next 4 hours, mixing everything that's come in and just getting rid of a lot of the noise and just doing another mix for video. So he spends a long time doing that, and then we marry up the audio, do a time sync with the video output that we've got. So coming over here into the audio landscape, we of course have the feature of it, which is our Yamaha QL5, which is fantastic, full motorized faders, multiple banks, multiple sends, which is fantastic. And so that's been absolutely fantastic to use. And we've also got the iPad app, and that's made it really easy for us to go on stage and make sure that the monitor levels are right. And we also have another, iPhone apps that people could adjust their monitor mix for different instruments. So it's really just made it a lot easier instead of always having to come up the back here to change levels, that we can get on the iPad and do that. So generally we're using 8 channels on the drums. We've got 3 guitars, bass, keys, and we've got 3 DIs at the front. We've got 6 radio mics in total, so that's helped a fair bit in terms of changes. And we also have 2 Rode NTG shotgun mics to pick up crowd noise that comes into this desk. We don't put it through front of house mix, but it goes straight into our Pro Tools recording setup. And then we've got channels that we can send back in here. So that's been great. We've got our playback computer, of course, running QLab for all our backing tracks and just trimming those up. And then we come down here to our Clarity rig. So again, we're running our Clarity system. We've got Wing, which is great. So our 2 students, Mason and Kira, have been running that all of this time. And what additional thing that we've put in this year is just so that we get that preview screen, the multi-view, so that they can look at the camera shots and adjust lighting accordingly if something's really washed out. Because we've got students operating on the cameras, we tend not to kind of do manual control of the cameras, and you can see that in some of the footage that's there. But we'll monitor just how much light is coming into the shot, and that's what Mason and Kira will be doing. So again, multiple scenes. We've got all the effects on different banks, and we set all that up in advance, so it's nice. Again, got Matt here on another camera, just another kind of wide shot for tracking along. So as you can see, if you take a look out just at the general stage, we're still doing this in Performing Arts 3, even though we do have our new school hall, and eventually we'll look at kind of changing that in the future, but at the moment we still like this space just for the intimacy of it. We have our massive stuntful screen there, and that really just enhances the performance that goes on. So people that are at the back or have got an obscure sightline to the stage can kind of still see the performers and the acts going on stage. So a huge thank you, obviously, to our tech crew, and we've got a huge number of kids in our tech crew, about 15 or 20, that came in on the first Saturday just before RevFest. And then we had students that are operating all of the various equipment come in on Sunday. During the massive storm that came through the Bray Park area as well. We also then on Monday did all technical rehearsals where we saved states and scenes for each of the songs. So thank you to all of the tech crew. It's a testament to the video quality, the sound quality, and to everything that goes on at RevFest, to the students that operate and run everything that's there. So a big congratulations to them all. And we hope to see you next year for RevFest 2019. Thanks so much. Catch you later.